So I wanted to show you guys this notebook here. Sorry, got distracted by something there. It's a notebook therapy book, and I was using it for something else. I think I did show you, and then it fell away. So what I'm using it for now is my reading journal. For 2024, I'm wanting to do a lot more reading. I kind of fell off when, I was kind of burnt out with the writing and everything just kind of fell away, to be quite honest. So I have set up reading journals in the past, and I've had this one before. This is where I was just putting in things like, reviews of the books I'd read and all that. I didn't get very far, so I only just started at the latter end of the year. So because I have a very large backlog of books I need to read, because even though I wasn't reading, I was still buying books, I decided to set up this to record what I'm going to be reading. So we just start off, and now this is the page that I had done before it was a writing notebook, or a project notebook, but I've decided no, I'm changing that. It was just getting too much, all that stuff. All that writing planning, and not really doing any much writing either. So this is what I've got. I've got the Reading Journal 2024. This is an image that I made in Canva. And then it's just like scrapbook paper, stickers and all that. So it's quite simple. The whole thing is quite simple because that's how I feel. When you make it too complicated, you don't want to do it. So this one is goals. Ignore that. I made a mistake and I've just made it, but it doesn't bother me that much. So goal is to finish 5 series. These are the series I'd like to finish. Don't necessarily have to be them because I have a lot that I've started. I also want to read more of graphic novels, manga, history, romance, thrillers, horror, classics, non-fiction and Japanese translations, because I am learning Japanese. And again, it was just this lovely washi tape and some scrapbooking paper and stickers. And that's all it is. On this one, there is a lady on the planner side of YouTube, Dots and Beyond she's called. Now this past year she did a read along of Poe, and this coming year is going to be the Grimm fairy tales. So I thought, well, this is fine, great, I'll just follow that. So it'll be a story a month, and then we just write down what story it is. And because it's Grimm fairy tales, we're also doing a Grimm watch, which is the Grimm TV series. I have the box set and DVD because I actually was a big fan. And yeah, so rewatching it is no hardship. And this is the time. So she made up this timetable for when to watch all 6 seasons. And yeah, so that'll be fun. And also, you're doing it along with people as well. So this is the release radar. I need to fill it in. I need to go through. There's a couple of YouTube channels that do quite a good job of informing you of upcoming releases and things like that, especially if you're a fantasy and sci-fi reader like I am. So this is just, I've got each month, and I'll just put down the titles that I'm interested in, not everything, because that would be silly. And then I've just done a couple of Dutch doors too, so I could just have that up the top. Don't have to do that 3 times. And yeah, that's that one. This is the series tracker of the series that I've started that I want to finish. And not necessarily the 5 series that I want to. This is on my goals page. Excuse me. So I need to write in, the number of books, because they're not all trilogies. Some of them, like the Stormlight Archive, I think he's planning on having 10 books in that series. So I think I've only got the first 4. Yeah, and the great big, if you know Brandon Sanderson, the great big door stoppers, so they are. This is my backlog. I'll be printing out the covers of books that I have on my shelf that, I'll maybe plan on reading sometime during the year. It is by no means all of them, because that would take pages and pages, if I'm quite honest with you. I know it's a bit embarrassing. And I was yeah, I had to get printer ink, got some printer ink from the local Tesco, and the cartridge was empty, had no ink in it, so I'm having to wait to get some more ink, and then I can print out the covers. This is somebody else had this, it's read a book, earn a book, and it's to get through, like say, your backlog of books. So I've put in here, so read a book, you read a book off your shelf, they can earn a book, but I've put, I read 5 paperbacks or ebooks, and then I can get 1 paperback or ebook. If I read 10 hardbacks, then I can get 1 hardback. Now that's, I was writing that, well, that's a bit extreme. I mean, 10 hardbacks, that's a lot, but no, I'm being strict with myself. It's also a space thing. I don't have much space anymore, so I can't just buy willy-nilly whatever takes my fancy. So yeah, earn a book, read a book, earn a book. And this is just my fantasy reads, and again I'll just put in the book covers, sci-fi reads, horror reads, fantasy romance reads, and Japanese reads. This will be the Japanese translations. Then the next 2 pages are just, I'll print out the book cover of the books I've read. I just put them in here. This is washi tape. It's a really wide washi tape, but it's really pretty. So there's that one and there's that page. And I'm hoping I'll need more space because I'll have done a lot of reading, but we'll see. And this is my January page. And this is all it's going to be. I've just got the cover page for the month, and then these will be the books I've read. My favourite read, I'll put a cover in there. I did put a line and thought I'll put the title, then the cover, and you're like, well, if I've got the cover, I don't need to put the title, do I? So that was a bit redundant, but there we go. DNF, things that I've just not been able to read. I'm going to be a bit stricter about that because there's no need to read the book that you're not enjoying. It's supposed to be enjoyment, not torture. And then this last little bit is just the stats. So it'll be the number of pages I've read in the month, hours I've listened if it's an audio, and then the genres I've read. That'll mostly be fantasy, I won't lie. And then the following pages I'm just going to put in reviews like I did in that little book. And then I'll carry on. That's all I need. I mean, there's some people, they have pie charts and graphs and all sorts of things. This is all I need because I'm just not going to make it complicated for myself. So yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed that little look through. This is, you know, other things, you know, fulfilling that creative well and all that, just to keep me from burnout, still enjoying the process of writing, because when you read other people's stories, you want to create yours as well, don't you? So yeah, that is my reading journal for 2024.